The sky darkened with an unnatural weight. A stillness settled, heavy and foreboding, before the storm broke. What followed was not merely rain, but a torrent of immense power. This was not a scene from fiction. It was a real tragedy, unfolding across vast swathes of Africa. A disaster at unprecedented scale descended upon communities, changing lives forever. In late 2024 and early 2025, relentless, unseasonal rainfall began across East and Central Africa. Regions already vulnerable faced an onslaught of water. Rivers swelled rapidly, breaching their banks with terrifying speed. Major waterways like the Congo, Nile, and Zambezi systems became instruments of destruction. Dams overflowed or failed, unleashing walls of water. Entire villages and towns were submerged within hours. The sheer volume and persistence of the rain overwhelmed natural drainage systems. Floodwaters spread across plains and valleys. Infrastructure built over decades was swept away in minutes. Communities had little time to react. The speed of the inundation caught millions unprepared. It was a force of nature unleashed, demonstrating its raw, untamed power. The immediate impact was devastating. Hundreds of thousands of people were displaced, their homes destroyed or rendered uninhabitable. Families were separated in the chaos of the evacuation. Loss of life was significant, though exact numbers remained difficult to ascertain. Many perished in the initial surge of water. Others succumbed to the harsh conditions in makeshift shelters. Children were particularly vulnerable. Many were orphaned or lost amidst the confusion. Their futures, already uncertain, were cast into deeper shadow by the disaster. Beyond the immediate loss, the floodwaters destroyed livelihoods. Agricultural land, the backbone of many economies, was ruined. Crops were washed away and fertile soil eroded. Livestock drowned, eliminating a vital source of food and income. Small businesses were obliterated. The economic foundations of entire regions were shattered. Access to clean water and sanitation became critical issues. The floodwaters contaminated wells and boreholes. The risk of waterborne diseases soared in overcrowded temporary settlements. Psychological trauma afflicted survivors. Witnessing the destruction, losing loved ones, and facing utter destitution left deep scars. The sense of loss extended far beyond material possessions. The flood did not discriminate. It impacted urban centers and remote rural areas alike. It exposed the fragility of human settlements in the face of extreme environmental events. Governments and international aid organizations mobilized quickly. Efforts focused on search and rescue, providing emergency shelter, and distributing essential supplies. Food, water, and medical aid were prioritized. However, the scale of the disaster presented immense logistical challenges. Roads and bridges were destroyed, making access to the worst-hit areas extremely difficult. Communication networks failed. Delivering aid often required helicopters or boats, limiting the volume that could be transported. Security concerns in some regions further complicated relief efforts. Bureaucratic hurdles sometimes slowed the flow of assistance. Healthcare facilities were overwhelmed or damaged. Medical supplies were scarce. Treating injuries and preventing outbreaks of disease became a desperate struggle against overwhelming odds. The sheer number of displaced people strained the capacity of existing shelters. Many survivors were forced to camp in the open, exposed to the elements and further health risks. The immediate needs far outstripped the available resources. Coordination among various aid agencies and local authorities proved challenging. Ensuring equitable distribution of aid was a constant battle. The response, while significant, could not fully match the magnitude of the crisis. This flood event serves as a stark reminder of the increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather. Climate change is not a distant threat. Its impacts are being felt now. Rising global temperatures contribute to more volatile weather patterns. Increased atmospheric moisture leads to heavier rainfall events. Changes in ocean temperatures and currents can influence regional weather systems. The link between climate change and such disasters is becoming undeniable. Building resilience is paramount for the future. This includes investing in robust infrastructure capable of withstanding extreme weather. Early warning systems need to be improved and widely accessible. Disaster preparedness plans must be strengthened at all levels. Communities need resources and training to respond effectively when disaster strikes. Long-term recovery efforts must focus on rebuilding stronger, more sustainable communities. This requires significant investment and international cooperation. It also demands a global commitment to addressing the root causes of climate change. The future vulnerability of millions depends on actions taken today. The African flood disaster of 2024 to 2025 is a tragedy etched into history. It highlights the devastating impact of extreme weather on vulnerable populations. It underscores the urgent need for climate action and humanitarian support. The resilience of the affected communities is remarkable. They face the daunting task of rebuilding their lives from scratch. Their courage in the face of such adversity is a testament to the human spirit. But they cannot do it alone. The world watched as the waters rose. Now the world must act to help them recover and to prevent future catastrophes. This event is a global wake-up call. It demands our attention, our empathy, and our sustained commitment. The question is not if such events will happen again, but are we truly prepared to face them?